A friend sent me this old pocket knife. He said it was his grandfather's. It looked like the main blade had been worn away by overzealous sharpening. Imperial, Providence, Rhode Island. The blade still snapped open nicely. The small blade had also been excessively sharpened. It also still had good snap. The knife had nickel-silver bolsters and brass liners. It looked like it was missing a lanyard loop. The main blade needed to be reshaped. I picked out 3 pocket knives with different blade shapes for comparison. I used a black marker to copy each blade shape onto the Imperial blade. The black background helped me visualize how the blade would look. I like the looks of this blade shape the best. I think it's called a drop point or maybe a spear point. I ground away the metal that I'd marked. The main blade was already looking better. I also added an edge relief. Now that I had the main blade the shape I wanted, I had to adjust how far it dropped into the handle. Now the point sat safely inside the handle. I used this cutoff wheel to extend the nail neck a little. I also made some adjustments to the small blade. I started sanding the blades with a 120 grit belt in my 1x30 machine. Here's the blades after the 120 grit. I progressed to 240 and then 400 grit. I started to re-establish the edges with the 400 grit. After I had the blades sanded down to 400 grit, I used my abrasive bristle wheels to clean up my modified nail nick and the blade tangs. Here's the blade sanded down to 1000 grit on my 1x30 machine. I hand sanded the backs of the blades down to 600 grit. I turned my attention to the handle. I thought the butt end and the scallop could be smoother. Here they are smoothed out. I also cleaned out the blade channels with steel wool. I used my conditioning belts to shine up the bolsters. The bolsters looked way better. I tried some of this CRC degreaser on the scales. It's supposed to be safe on paint and plastic. I was surprised how much grime came off the scales. I used coat hanger wire to make a replacement lanyard loop. It took me a few tries to bend one that I liked. Okay, let me take you back to what this Imperial pocket knife looked like when I got it. And here it is now. The blades aren't perfect, but they are definitely usable. I think my homemade lanyard loop looks legit. Chuck and I polished the knife with our favorite stuff. And I sharpened it with my Smith's Trihone. Plenty sharp. This was a fun project. Other than the aggressive over-sharpening, my friend's grandfather took good care of this knife. He may have removed the lanyard loop to make it more comfortable to carry. With or without the loop, you could do a lot worse for an everyday carry pocket knife. The carbon steel blades are sharp and still have good snap. I think it's a good-looking little knife. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I found an Imperial Tang stamp dating guide online. It looks like my friend's grandfather's pocket knife was made between 1936 and 1952.